A 19-year-old survivor from a tainted IV bag testified today that he thought he was going to die. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. The teen in the blue sweater you're about to see suffered a cardiac arrest during a routine nose surgery in 2022. His surgeon testified the young man was foaming at the mouth. Dr. Reynaldo Ortiz is accused of tainting that young man's IV bag. The husband of a doctor who died from one of those IV bags testified about the ordeal he went through. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager is live at the federal courthouse in downtown Dallas. Peyton.
Clarice, and prosecutors say the teenager went into a cardiac emergency in the middle of the surgery. That rhinoplasty was only supposed to last about 2 hours, but the teenager stated today on the stand he woke up the next night, 36 hours later, in a different hospital, barely able to breathe or move.
Wednesday evening, the Adlerstein family walked out of the federal courthouse in downtown Dallas after testifying for the trial of Reynaldo Ortiz, a Dallas doctor accused of poisoning patients' IV bags. Jack Adlerstein, now 19 years old, was questioned about his August 2022 surgery at Baylor Scott & White Surgicare in North Dallas. It was supposed to be a 2-hour surgery for his broken nose, which he got on a motorbike accident. Adlerstein said instead he woke up nearly 36 hours later in the ICU feeling, quote, out of it and believing he was going to die. Adlerstein's surgeon, Dr. Thomas Hung, was also called to the stand Wednesday afternoon. The ear, nose, and throat doctor told the jury what was intended to be a routine surgery he's performed countless times turned into a terrifying experience. Dr. Hung said after a new IV bag was added mid-surgery, there were complications: excessive bleeding, foaming of the mouth, and extreme blood pressure. Dr. Hung said another doctor came into the room to help and suggested to switch the IV bags based on an incident a week prior. A minute after the switch, Hung said Adlerstein stabilized. The young man's mother testified Wednesday afternoon as well. She said once her son recovered, he went back to Baylor Scott & White Surgicare the next week to finish the nose surgery. Mrs. Adlerstein stated she made the nurse show her the IV bag had been under lock and key to provide extra reassurance. During cross-examination, Ortiz's defense team brought up Adlerstein's previously diagnosed high blood pressure. Dr. Hung said the teen's medications didn't raise any alarms prior to the surgery, and Adlerstein's mother said his high blood pressure had never been a concern. Earlier Wednesday morning, the husband of an anesthesiologist who died after using a tainted IV bag took the stand. Dr. Melanie Caspar worked at Baylor Scott & White Surgicare in North Dallas. She came home from work in June 2022 not feeling well, so she asked her husband, John Caspar, to help her administer the bag. John Caspar said 5 minutes later his wife started screaming to call an ambulance. He said his biggest regret was not immediately ripping the IV bag out.
A nurse who also worked at Baylor Scott & White Surgicare took the stand today. She brought up a case from July of 2022, a female patient. She stated the surgery went as planned, but when they were wheeling the female patient, right before they wheeled her to the recovery room, they switched out for a new IV bag. The nurse stated that minutes later, the patient began, again, foaming at the mouth, turning gray, and her oxygen levels dropped. That female patient survived. Now this trial will go into next week. They told us about 2 weeks, but we will continue tomorrow morning inside the federal courthouse. We will continue with Dr. Hung's testimony.